Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of It's Crystal Clear, a show designed to help you tell your money where to go instead of always wondering where it went. My name is Felicia Young, and I want to thank you for allowing me to walk with you along this journey of becoming debt-free so you can live your best life within budget. Okay, so we have a few more weeks until we hit the 3-month goal. So let me know how you're coming along. Are you getting closer? Are you doing what you need to do? I'm trying to work on some cool surprises for lucky people who participate in these challenges. So make sure y'all keep the progress going and let me know how you're doing. Y'all, I have been so tickled from the messages that I've been getting from people who are participating in the It's Crystal Clear challenge. From the people who say they are tired of hearing my voice in their heads, telling them to get out of the stores every time. Y'all, I don't care. I promise you're going to love me again when y'all hit those goals. You're going to love me. To the people who are sending me pictures of them doing their own hair instead of going to the salons every other week. Y'all still look cute though, and your edges look good. Make sure you keep it going. So I have 2 stories to share this week. One from our Crystal Clear family member who heard me talk about the $5 cups of coffee every day in the latte factor and how that would add up to over $1,600 a year if she had a cup of coffee every single day. She sent me a message saying that she downgraded and now she's getting the $3 cups instead. After she saw that it was still over $1,000 a year, she made the decision to choose her needs over her wants, and she didn't want that much coffee anymore. Another person who is a part of our Crystal Clear family, she sends me at least 2 messages a week, and she is killing these challenges. She literally hit her 3-month goals in 2 months. She said her latte factor was going out with friends 3 nights a week, every week. When she reviewed her bank statements for the past 3 months and saw how much she was going out and how much that was costing her, she scaled back to only 1 night a week. With the money she saved, she chose to apply it to her smallest credit card bill, and she paid it off last week. Now she's using the snowball method to work on the next credit card bill. Y'all, I am really loving this Crystal Clear movement. It's a movement, y'all, so make sure you keep on going. So today's episode is called Gifted with Talents, where I will discuss being a good steward over everything that God gives us. Okay, so a few days ago, a really good friend of mine sent me an article to read. It was about a popular NFL player who dominated the field. Because of his unmatched skills, he found himself the benefactor of huge contracts and endorsements. He earned over $100 million during his career. A series of unforeseen circumstances and unwise choices, he found himself losing it all. Y'all, he was broke. Unfortunately, that's a reality for a lot of athletes who don't make time to manage their money. In an episode of ESPN's 30 for 30 series, it was claimed that 70% of professional athletes fall on financial hardships shortly after they retire. How? Because many don't have a plan or a strategy in place to make sure that the lifestyle they became accustomed to during their career could continue once they retire. They simply aren't being good stewards of what they are blessed with. Some people who discussed the article with me said that they just didn't understand how could someone lose $100 million, that if they had that money, they wouldn't blow it just like that guy did. But the reality is, more often than not, that's not true. Many of us, we make $50,000 to $100,000 a year, and we blow through every single penny. If there's no discipline to manage that amount of money, what makes you think that the mindset will suddenly change when you have millions? There's a parable in the Bible that discusses this topic of stewardship. In Matthew 25:14 through 30, the parable of the talents, where a wealthy master was going away for a while. He entrusted 3 of his servants with his wealth. To one, he gave 5 bags of talents. To another, he gave 2 bags of talents. To another, 1 bag of talent. So when the master returned, he wanted to know what they did with his money. To the one who had 5, he doubled it. The one who had 2, he doubled that. The one who had 1 didn't do anything with his but bury it. The master got mad and he took his and he gave it to the one who had 5. So that parable actually deals with stewardship, gifts, and talents. So we've heard of these words many times before, but today we're going to break them down even more. And we're going to show how these words are designed to bless your life. Okay, so the word stewardship. In the dictionary, it describes this word as the careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care. So in the parable, the master entrusted his wealth to his servants for a period of time. He expected them to be good stewards over what was given to them. The word gifts. So gifts has a few meanings. One is one that we really like when we get presents from someone we love at Christmas or our birthday or no special occasion. But in this episode, gifts mean a natural or supernatural ability that you have. Some people have the gift to sing. Some people have the gift to make others laugh until tears roll down their eyes. Others have the gift to use their hands to paint a masterpiece or perform the most complicated heart surgery. Or a speaker whose words can motivate people to change their lives forever. The word talent. Talent also has several meanings. It sometimes is interchanged with the word gifted. And it means like a special athletic or creative or artistic ability whose skills can be developed through practice and training, like an Olympic swimmer who seems to just glide through the water like a fish, or a chef who knows just how much seasoning and herbs to put on some ribs or some chicken that makes you want to sleep good for days. But in this story, the word talent is a measurement of money. And the talents that the master gave the servants was a lot of money, like years' salary of money, like years with an S. I read that if one talent was given today, it would be the equivalent of 20 years of salary. One talent, 20 years. So that means the other servant got 40 years of salary and the other 100 years of salary given to them at one time. Y'all. In the Bible, it says the master gave the talents according to each one of their gifts. So the 2 servants had enough giftedness to double what they were given. Can you imagine having 80 years of your salary or 200 years of salary? Y'all, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Even the servant who received 1 talent, that's a lot of money. But the issue was, more could have been earned had he not buried it. The master went off on him. He said that servant could have at least put the talent in the bank to earn interest. Many of us, we're like that servant with 1 talent. We keep burying it and not utilizing the gifts that we've been given, or worse, because we're so consumed with overworking to pay debt that we won't stop making, and we seem to be drowning in debt, is worse than burying the talent. We are steward of what God has given us. The time and the resources that he trusted us with in our life is his, that he wants us to manage. God is intentional about the gifts and talents that he gave us. He gave you what he wants you to have in order for you to generate the income you need to live a prosperous life. But for whatever reason, many of us are living according to what he gave our neighbors and what he gave our friends to have. And that's why many of us are living paycheck to paycheck, trying to keep up with the Joneses. And y'all, real talk, more often than not, the Joneses are broke too. They're broke. Some people would say, what's the big deal about the servant burying 20 years worth of salary? It's 20 years worth of salary, but it's buried. It's not doing anything to enhance your life. If you spend it, it'll be spent. Then you'll be broke with no other income coming in to replace it. It's simply not good stewardship. We earn our pay and spend all of our pay on things that don't even matter, or things that don't even enhance our lives. Your money is in a bank account that don't even earn you interest. Or as soon as you get paid, your money is sucked up by credit card payments and other debt. and you have nothing to save for your future. It's simply not good stewardship. And God won't reward you with more. If you're not taking care of what you have now, why would he give you more if you waste what you have now? I need you to take a minute and I need you to think about it. If you have children or if you have a loved one who you would obviously do anything for, and for Christmas or their birthday, you buy them expensive gifts, you buy them designer clothes, you buy them name brand shoes, or you gave them some money to purchase a car, or you gave them money to put a down payment on a house, or you paid for their college tuition. Now imagine going to see them at that house, and when you walk in, the doors are falling off, it's trash everywhere, the designer clothes that you bought thrown in the corner in a pile, some are ripped, some are torn, the name brand shoes, they're dirty, they're worn out, the car is dirty, bald tires, overdue for an oil change, make noise when you drive over 40 miles an hour, or they flunk out of college. Not because the classes were difficult, but because they chose not to go to class in the first place, or they chose not to turn in their assignments. And then those jokers have the audacity to ask you for more money, to buy more outfits, or another pair of shoes, or a newer model car, or a down payment for a bigger house, or to help them get into a different college. Y'all, if someone had the unmitigated nerves to ask you for more money and you see how they're treating what you already gave them, how likely are you to bless them with more money? Now, imagine what God may be thinking when we ask him for more. How do you think he's looking at you when you mismanage what he already gave you? You're shopping for more clothes and shoes, and your light bill is behind. Or you get the latest iPhone 99, but you have no savings account. You're getting your hair done and you're getting your nails done often, but you have no life insurance policy, or you don't even own anything in your name. Y'all, we are mismanaging our talents, and we are stressed because of mismanagement, and we are depressed because of mismanagement, and we are drowning ourselves in alcohol and pills just to escape the reality of the mismanagement. And this is not the life that your master wants you to live. The Bible says he wants you to have life, and he wants you to have it more abundantly. I need y'all to let that sink in for a moment. He really does want you to have abundance, but only if you manage the abundance correctly. I heard someone say that God uses us as his personal bank. He's constantly depositing resources into us to expand his kingdom on earth. Just imagine that. God is depositing resources into us to do everything we need to do to expand his kingdom and for us to live an abundant life. That's some great responsibilities with some nice perks. Can you imagine what all can you do in and with your life if you didn't have debt? Just think about it. As a matter of fact, make time to write it down. What are 10 things you would do in your life for yourself and for others if you had no debt and was given talents like the servants? God created the universe. Don't you think he would make your list of things come true? Of course he can, and of course he would, but you need to be a good steward of what you already have. When your kids keep their room clean, or if they bring home good grades, or they be on their best behavior, they take care of what you gave them, don't you reward them with more? Do you think God would do that for you? I tend to think that he would. He has more in store for us, but we have to better manage what we have now to show that we even deserve the more. So I heard a pastor give an analogy that put this lesson into perspective for me. He said that he has a son who he wants to give a Rolls Royce to. Have y'all ever priced a Rolls Royce? I know that cost some of those talent coins. But he has given his son a Rolls Royce. At 6 years old, the son has a promised Rolls Royce, but he can't get it then because at that level, he's too young and not equipped to handle it. At age 17, he can't get it because at that level, he's too immature to handle and operate a Rolls Royce. At age 41, he gets the Rolls Royce, because at that level, he understands the value, the power, the responsibility of a six-figure vehicle. God has more in store for you, way more, but you don't have it yet because you are at what level? But that is going to change now, because at this level, you are a part of the It's Crystal Clear family, where you are telling your money where to go instead of always wondering where it went. At this level, you're making a realistic budget for your household every single month, and you're sticking to it. At this level, you explore your latte factor often, and you cut out unnecessary spending and use that money to eliminate your debt. At this level, you pay your bills on time, every time, all the time, to keep your credit score high. At this level, you invest your money in high interest bearing accounts to earn you more money for your future. At this level, you intentionally spend less than you make so you can have more money left over at the end of each month, more than you have bills. At this level, you are showing God that you can be trusted with His more abundantly. At this level, you are using your God-given gifts and talents to create an amazing life for you and those attached to your legacy. At this level, it maths differently when God sees you are a better steward. In the parable, the master takes the one talent from the servant and gives it to the one who turned 5 to 10. Now, if God sees you mismanaging what He gave you, it will be taken from you. Foreclosures, repos, evictions. Now, if God sees you positively producing and reproducing what He gave you, He'll bless you with more. It's just that simple. So wouldn't you like more? Of course you would. But you must show yourself trustworthy over what you have now. So whether it's $20,000 a year in salary or that $100 million that the athlete had, if you don't manage your resources well, don't expect it to last long, and don't expect God to give you more. So recently I saw a story about how the circus get majestic animals to be trained to stay where they are and never try to break free. They showed a baby elephant, and the baby elephant had a rope tied around its ankle, and on the other side, the rope was tied around the leg of a chair. The elephant grew up thinking that it could not move no further than the length of the rope. No matter how much it grew, it felt that it was always tied to that rope. So even though all it had to do was to start stepping, and that rope and that chair would be dragged down the road, but because of his mindset and his conditioning all his life, the elephant never knew its power. It never understood its strength. It never grew up understanding that it could be free if it just took the steps. Y'all, that's how many of us are living. Tied down since we were young, being told that we would never amount to anything more, that we didn't deserve more. We started treating ourselves as if we were made to stay chained to our situations. We were growing up and not living like the majestic, the powerful, the worthy creatures that you all are. We are not living like that anymore. Starting today, we are going to break through that bondage, because at this level, you are going to do everything you should do to steward God's resources to the best of your ability. And you're going to live your life in such a way to where when you finally get the honor to see Him face to face, you will hear God say, "Well done." Well, that's the end of this episode. I hope that it blessed you, and I really do hope that it inspired you. Now remember, we have a few more weeks remaining until we're at the 3-month goal mark. I need you to keep pushing forward. You can do it. I know you can. Also remember, I have a personal goal as well. I want to help people eliminate $25 million in debt by the end of this year. And I know it can be done because you're going to help me do it. I need y'all to continue to watch and share these episodes with those who you want to see win. Everybody around you should be winning. We're on Spotify and we're on YouTube, so share, share, share. Thank you again for your support, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey. It means more to me than you can possibly know. So again, remember to dream big, stay focused, and live your best life within budget. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time on It's Crystal Clear.